Folks, thanks very much for being here today. For those who don't know me, my name's John Miller, Executive Director of Master Builders ACT, and this is one of those nice days that we have. They're always nice and not always that bad, but some days are better than others. And through our Master Builders annual charity golf day, we've been able to support a very worthwhile cause. First, I'd like to welcome the ACT Chief Minister, Katy Gallagher, here, and certainly all the other special guests that are here, including sponsors of the day, who we had Trade Up and CBRE, Northrop, Adjudicate Today, Commonwealth Bank, and the Master Builders Fidelity Fund. I still can't get this. I'm not making this up. It's really, you know, I can see it, but only just. I was just saying to Elizabeth outside before, you know, we've always run a golf day, and our builders always like a game of golf, but we always think it's worthwhile doing something with those golf days. And David and his team, we also support Boral in the Junior Diabetes Golf Day, and I think over the last half a dozen years, between all those golf days, it'd be well in excess of $100,000 that's been raised, that's gone to charities and the like through those golf days. So I think it's just a measure of how generous this industry really is, and I think the people of Canberra more broadly are very generous, and I think it's been proven over a long period of time. As I said, it was quite ironic, Chief Minister, that at the time we were planning our golf day last year, that I received this terrific letter from youth seeking support where possible from organisations to support the Canberra Hospital Foundation. And David and I, we just thought that's a good thing to do, as we, particularly local organisations that really, as I said, need this support and frequently, particularly in the current circumstances. We managed to have a terrific day. David put on good weather for us, and Emma, of course, and all the team, and we had a terrific day. We managed to sell. I think the ladies were very energetic up on about I can't remember, David, the 6th tee, and you weren't allowed to leave there without emptying your pockets out. And there were about $2,000 worth of raffle tickets sold just up there alone. And plus, we were also fortunate to have an auction on the evening. We had 3 original artwork pieces by Brad Blaze, a renowned speed painter, who was a guest on the night. He painted Greg Norman, Bono, and he painted Canberra as well, which I think David might be on your mantelpiece somewhere or in your wall somewhere. But we had golf clubs from Drummond Golf and donation from the National Zoo and Aquarium and Microwave, which I had to dig into my pocket for that one, but advertising from MBA, and we also had a telehandler hire and hotline hire donated by Sky Hire. So, as I said, these things do not come without generous support of industry. So, look, with that, again, I thank all those sponsors who supported us. I thank everyone for participating. I also thank my own team for turning up. I am going to invite up here Jessie Hearn from Trade Up to firstly maybe say a few words. Jessie, I'm sure you don't want to say a few words.
I was told I wasn't, but I think you've covered it all, John. You've covered it all.
Okay, well, I'm going to invite Jessie up here because Jessie is our platinum sponsor on the day. We really appreciate your support, Jessie, and to Trent too. Thanks so much, Trent and Jessie. Would invite the Chief Minister to come up and collect this cheque for $9,269 on behalf of the Canberra Hospital Foundation.
Thank you.
No, you're right.
Sure you don't want to say a few words?
Have a joke.
It's an occupational hazard being a politician.
One more photo, please. Thank you. 2 more. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. And one more there. Beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
All yours.
Thank
Maybe
you.
say a
Chief
few
Minister, if I
words.
can invite you to say a few
I
words.
won't be
that'd
as shy
wonderful.
as Jesse. John, David, members of the MBA, thank you very much. It's really a great privilege to be here, and thank God someone's reading my letters. Because I signed off a number of them. And on behalf of the Canberra Hospital Foundation, we've got staff here from the Foundation and from the Women's and Children's Hospital. Building up this foundation has been a really important part of the work that I've been doing in partnership with the staff at the hospital, because it's not just about raising money, it's about trying to get the community to love their local hospital. It's where we'll all go when we get sick, and it's where if we need our lives saved, our lives will be saved, and they are every day. And what we, I guess, focus our effort on is paying for all the wonderful staff, the operating theatres, the things that you have to make a hospital run. And often our budgets don't stretch to things you'd like to have, particularly for children who are spending time at the hospital. And I know this money, it's probably been spent 3 times over already by the foundation, but the money that was raised at the charity golf days, going to buy, I think, 2 interactive tablets for kids who are spending time in paediatrics. Elizabeth's telling me she's bored one thing. And that'll just make their stay in hospital when they're away from family and friends and their normal life just that little bit easier. And I think in the last 2 days I've received 2 different letters from people who've had an experience at the Canberra Hospital, particularly in the Women's and Children's Hospital. And the first was a baby who was born, I think, 8 weeks early. He was only 970 grams, Jajorka, who's the director of the NICU, is nodding her head. And the parents were away from their home. They ended up in Canberra Hospital. They've now gone home with their son to Nepean Hospital. But they couldn't speak more highly of the care that they got at the Canberra Hospital. And another one I got today or overnight was from a baby who'd been born on Canberra's 100th birthday in, again, very stressful circumstances, an emergency caesarean, and the mother ended up in intensive care and the baby ended up in the NICU. And again, both really well on their way to recovery today, and the father writing to me to let me know that not only was his son's life saved that day, so was his wife's, and that they're both now well on the road to recovery. And that's what the hospital does, and that's why it's so important to support the foundation. And it's just great, it really is, John, to have the partnerships created across the community, to have staff from the hospital here, because that's what makes the hospital successful in the end. We get all the bad news stories, and they'll keep coming, about emergency department wait times and elective surgery, but there's a lot of really good stuff that happens at that hospital. And part of, I think, the recognition of staff is having the support of the business community to help them do their work. So thank you very much, John. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Chief Minister. I think, most of us as parents have all spent some time, and I remember some moments of anxiety myself in taking my own daughter to the hospital, and when she was younger, and we don't probably do enough by writing about the good experiences that we get, because certainly that's how it was for us when we were last there with our daughter, and who spent a bit of time in hospital. And as I said, you just need that comfort when you're suffering from that stress and anxiety, and I think that they do it very, very well, despite that, things can go wrong. We all know that, there's no question about that. But look, with that, folks, I thank everyone for being here today, Elizabeth, and to everyone and all involved with the foundation. It's great work that you do. I take my hat off to you. But it's just good that we as an organisation can just play a small role in helping people make things better for people, and really, I'm sure you'll get some great use out of the equipment as well. So thank you. Thanks for being here. Now, before you go, there's no such thing as there is such thing as a free lunch. Here you go. We've got something up the back, so we'd like you to stay and enjoy some refreshments. And David, have I missed anything there?
We just might get a couple of photos at the end.
We might do that. Okay, thanks very much, everybody.